American author and first deaf and blind person to earn a bachelor's degree is A. Anne Frank, B. Helen Keller, C. Deborah Frank, or D. Elizabeth Cross, sorry.
See, with a blind person.
The first, it's an American author, first of all,
Yeah.
as well as being the first deaf and blind person to earn a bachelor's degree.
I think it's B.
B. Helen Keller. Is that your final answer? You are once again correct. Yeah. 3 more questions and you would have been at the end of this journey. Vincent van Gogh is best known as a Dutch what? A. Painter. B. Yeah, Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent van Gogh. I know I can do it. I know where you're putting That was about that.
But Vincent van Gogh is best known as a Dutch what? Is it A. Painter, B. Singer, C. Monk, or D. Astrologist? You still have your 50-50 or your phone a friend available to you, so...
If you're my friend, I know it.
Your friend don't know it? Want to try the 50-50?
I can say astrologist.
You can say astrologist?
I think that's right.
Final answer, right?
Yeah. Right.
Very good. All right. You look in the stars, and the stars came back void. That is the wrong answer, my dear. He was indeed a painter.
Because I never hear about that man. I never heard about that.
And that, my dear, brings us to your third and final strike. And you ain't quite reached on to Michael Road yet. Because that joke right here on Townsend Hall.
Whatever.
Catch that bus again right there. Because it gotta come off the Jimmy 242. But thank you very much for playing. You've been a very good participant.
Thank you.
All right, you did rather well.
Thanks so much.
Thank you too, ma'am. Next time on the Jitney 242 ride, I don't know who it could be. Maybe it could be you.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, Carnival convening a series of public meetings. Suspected human remains found in the Freeport area. And Gold Rock officially shuts down its entire operation. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news, the first business community meeting hosted by Carnival Cruise Port and the Ministry for Grand Bahama met with much interest by stakeholders, the business community, and other Grand Bahama residents. The meeting taking place last evening at the Grand Lucayan Resort, and attendees were given information relative to economic opportunities and an overall status of the multi-million-dollar project. Raven Davis was there.
Hundreds attending the first in a series of business community meetings hosted by Carnival Cruise Port in conjunction with the Ministry for Grand Bahama. The meeting serving as an avenue to engage businesses, stakeholders, and the media as the world-class cruise port looks forward to a November 2024 opening. Carnival Cruise Line enjoys a 50-year relationship with the Bahamas, and VP of Global Ports and Destination Group David Candib foresees an even greater strengthening of that connection. Candib bringing the project status overview that saw a detailed explanation on various topics, and he says the cruise line is particularly eager to be part of the economic engine in Grand Bahama.
We have the ability that we don't want to operate any of the food and beverage or the retail stores. We're going to concentrate on finding those entrepreneurs or business individuals who want to do that, haven't done it, but want to look to explore a new field. Obviously, during construction, there's a variety of opportunities. There's an element of time until we have that ability to directly hire, and that is because as you've seen this sequence of events. And what's important, though, is we believe by year 2 of operations, there will be about 1,000 new jobs generated. Directly for us as Carnival operating the port, we're probably only going to be about 15% of the direct employment. So maybe 200 people or a little bit more than that are part of the management team, finance, accounting, administration, maintenance, IT, security or lifeguarding. Those are the elements of the direct employment as we operate the port. But the vast majority of the employment opportunities will be from all of those companies or individuals who operate retail and the food and beverage at the port.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, noting that government is also looking forward to the road ahead with much excitement. Reinforcing Carnival's vision, she assures that from pre-construction to full-scale operation, the project will significantly contribute to the revitalization of the island's economy.
The future transformation of East Grand Bahama and the enhancement of Grand Bahama's tourism product with this world-class cruise facility will position our beautiful Grand Bahama Island as one of Carnival's most sought-after destinations, offering cruises an unparalleled, authentic Bahamian experience. The vision of the Grand Bahama Cruise Port supports several of the mandates of the Davis Cooper administration as outlined in our Blueprint for Change, specifically to provide greater equity and opportunities for Bahamians in tourism, to place greater focus on the promotion of our vibrant Bahamian culture, and to expand opportunities for stopover visitors to spend more on products, authentic products, services, and activities in the wider community.
She adds that the cruise port is likely to be the envy of the Caribbean as GB forges ahead to becoming the events and entertainment hub in the region. Grand Bahama Port Authority executives note that this project will create transformational opportunities for licensees and non-licensees.
A GBPA license enables you to become a legitimate and regulated business within the city of Freeport, and this makes you more attractive to other businesses looking to do business with you. As a licensee, you are entitled to a customs bond, which allows you to import or acquire locally business equipment, business materials and supplies.
The project represents an investment of $200 million and is capable of simultaneously accommodating 2 of the largest ships in the world. For the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, thanks, Raven. Work continuing on critical infrastructure in East Lucaya. 2 major thoroughfares, the Casarena Bridge, as well as the Sir Jack Haywood Bridge, incurred structural damage during Hurricane Dorian. Officials tell us that work is underway and both bridges will be fully restored in a couple of months.
We have redirected heavy-duty vehicles.
CEO and Senior Legal Counsel for the Grand Bahama Development Company, Cherise Bowe, providing an update on the repair work currently underway at the Casarena and Sir Jack Haywood bridges. The Casarena Bridge, which connects the Grand Bahama Highway to East Sunrise Highway, has experienced wear and tear over the years, which was further exacerbated by Hurricane Dorian.
We started reconstruction on the Casarena Bridge in January of this year, and works are ongoing. We are working on the seawall construction design. These are things that have been completed to date. The clearing and grubbing of that site, the removal of large boulders, the construction of the embankments to about 50%, and clearing to begin the seawall construction. It is expected that most of the remaining work will be completed in about 4.5 months.
As for the Sajakewwood Bridge, which connects the western side of the Grand Bahama Highway to the eastern side of the island, she says contractors officially mobilized earlier this month.
The Sajakewwood Bridge was constructed in 2016, and of course that's a newer bridge and requires less repairs and restoration. That work was commenced a few weeks ago. The contractor, ABC Construction, mobilized a few weeks ago. And they are in the process of clearing and grubbing the site. And they're set to begin reconstruction of the embankments in the coming weeks. That project is scheduled to be completed in about 4.5 weeks.
Some $2 million has been spent on the repair work. All Bahamas Construction Company was contracted to carry out the repairs. CEO Wolfgang Geiser assures that once it is completed, the bridges will be as good as new.
On the end, the target will be to have a safe bridge back to the old capacity of 50 tons and with some updated lighting and also some seal of the surface of the concrete to make sure you have a product what will last hopefully another 50 years.
Brown thanks the motoring public for their patience during the time of repairs.
We will ask for their continued patience and also vigilance as they maneuver across the bridge, particularly Casuarina Bridge. We ask that they be mindful of the signage and adhere to the speed limit while they are traversing the bridge.
Well, a big employer on Grand Bahama announcing the closure of 3 companies today. After some 30 years on Grand Bahama, Gold Rock is calling it quits. You may recall that Gold Rock closed its block and concrete plant about a month, claiming that a strained relationship with the Grand Bahama Port Authority led to the decision. Today, they announced that the decision was made to shut down the remainder of the Gold Rock operation. Jaquant has an update.
Gold Rock, Home Design Center, and Do It Center are all completely closing, according to a statement released by the company. The Delzato family noting in a statement that the decision to withdraw their investment in its entirety follows years of witnessing the blatant disregard for the growth of Grand Bahama by the Grand Bahama Port Authority. They contend that their operations have never ran to their fullest production capability due to the economic decline and stagnation that the city has been forced to endure. The statement continues by noting that their concerns do not end at the most recent Devonshire agreement, but it is just one of the many examples as to why this island cannot prosper. They say they unanimously decided to stand firm against what they call continuous harassment by the Port Authority. Gold Rock is adamant that the bridge that Edward St. George built when he invited the manufacturing company to the island 30 years ago has been burnt. Gold Rock maintains that the conflict could have been resolved with a conversation between the two parties. The family says that the island will endure a perpetual state of decay until something is done. Gold Rock closing out its statement extending gratitude to the government and Bahamians for their unwavering support over the years, noting that they have enjoyed working on Grand Bahama. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jaquant.
Now our ZNS News team is waiting a response from the Grand Bahama Port Authority. In other news, cleanup crews with the beautiful Grand Bahama Initiative making a grim discovery in an abandoned building on Peel Street earlier today. We spoke with the officer in charge of CID at the scene. He confirmed that the suspected human remains were found.
Shortly after 11 a.m. today's date, police got a report of suspected human skull and some bones being found at this building that on Peel Street that used to host the old criminal investigation department and criminal CRO. So we came, officers responded, where we confirmed the suspected human skull along with bones being found.
Human remains were found in that immediate area a few weeks ago, and as the investigation is into its initial stages, police say they await an official pathology report.
We cannot speculate at this time, and I won't go that far to speculate. They say they are suspected human. That is a suspected human skull with bones that will now be taken to the morgue, where the pathologist will make a check to determine if it's a human and where we go from there for DNA purposes. For the past year, for this year, we have no missing person report thus far for the year, so we let them do the due diligence and see where we go from there.
We have late breaking news. We have just gotten word of an accident involving a 5-year-old girl. Reports coming into our newsroom say the child was struck by a Ford Explorer Jeep in the area of Granville Avenue and Columbus Drive. The little girl was taken to hospital with injuries. Her condition is not known at this time. It is a story we will continue to follow. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news when we come back.
Come on down to Dolly Madison and get your hurricane supplies before it's too late. Don't let supply chain issues cause you to miss out on hurricane supplies you need.
Come on down. Now.
Freeport, a night you've all been waiting for. It's Old School Sunday at Buddy Buckets, each and every Sunday starting at 7 p.m. Come and party at Buddy Buckets in the RNB and C Plaza, Call Road.
This August Monday, it's all about High Rock Seafest 2022. Fun starts at 11 a.m. Lots of entertainment, fun and games for the entire family. Plan to attend the High Rock Seafest.
Notice Production.
The summer is back. The summer is hot.
It takes more than 20 years right now to get this island back on the ground.
We considered Marsh Harbor is totally gone. The Abaco people here is resilient.
So you're looking forward now to what's ahead.
Join us for 1 week as we give you an in-depth look at rebuilding Abaco, beginning August 29th through September 2nd from 2 to 4 p.m., only on the ZNS Network.
King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
And welcome back. Urban renewal camps throughout the northern Bahamas coming to a close today. Camps were held throughout the Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini communities, each camp focusing on something unique to the culture of the Bahamas. As the camps came to a close, participants were invited to display what was taught and made in the short 2 weeks. Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, Senator Kirkland Russell, expressing gratitude to all of the youngsters for showing up every day and making the most of the opportunity.
I just want to say how grateful and how thankful we are for all the efforts, all the sacrifices that was made to give these young people in Grand Bahama 2 weeks of exciting, educational, religious, everything you could name, socialization, help, feeding them, whatever it was, whatever it took. The camps in Grand Bahama was one word. And you know what that word is? Successful.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Theophilus Cunningham offering encouraging words to the campers. He admonished parents to do their part in molding the future leaders of tomorrow.
They are the future doctors, lawyers, pastors, police officers, plumbers, electricians, politicians, magistrates, judge. They are the future. If you want to be good at something, you must train, work hard. That is the only way you can be successful. Train, work hard. And if you fail, try again. Failure is not an option.
Well, a Grand Bahamian College student is seeking the public's assistance in furthering his education abroad. Tonight, our intern, Shalia Roll, speaks one-on-one with Turquoise Dames, who aspires to study performing arts at Berklee College in music in New York.
What started out as a hobby quickly turned into a passion for aspiring performing arts major Turquoise Dames, who is eager to attend university to fulfill his dream, but has had some challenges meeting his goals. From the age of 7, Dames found a love for playing the piano and wanted to further his dream.
When I was younger, I was 7 years old, and my grandfather brought my brother a piano, a little keyboard for Christmas, and I used to just go on the piano and I used to just, play on the keys. And I remember my brother used to run me from the piano. He used to be like, get off the piano, don't break on these keys. So I just used to play on the piano, and I just used to teach myself how to play, and eventually I just, I developed to be, accomplished pianist.
The aspiring professional musician wants to attend Berklee College of Music in the fall of 2023. But he does not want to place a strain on his parents because he saw the struggles his family has faced from Hurricane Dorian. Still, the young man remains hopeful and wants his peers to know never to give up on their dreams.
I want to perform, I want to show people my gifts and talents, and I just want to inspire young people. Especially how myself, I'm a young person. I want to inspire my peers to, not to be afraid to push their dreams, to, take that leap of faith to, push and to, be something that they want to be.
When Dames began teaching at the age of 16, Jen Sweeting knew he was destined for greatness.
Well, when I first met Turk, I saw this young dude with a ton of talent and a ton of ambition to play piano, and he was playing very advanced pieces, and he was learning pieces extremely fast. I noticed that right away, and I just took an interest because, as musicians, we like talking to other musicians. There's a sort of a culture in that too. So I was just very attracted to that.
If you would like to support Dames College Journey, on August 5th at 7 p.m., Dames will be holding a benefit concert at the Church of Ascension. Tickets can be purchased at the Allegro School of Music. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Well, local music group Decision releasing their latest music video entitled Put a Little Love in Your Heart. The song featuring Monty G was initially released back in 2001, but the video was filmed back in April at the Great Lawn at the Grand Lucine Resort. Let's take a look. Here is Shane Stubbs.
Aiming to inspire change, the music group known as Decision is back with an inspiring message to put a little love in your heart. Motivated to promote positivity, the multi-award-winning group says releasing the music video was both timely and long overdue. Believing in the power of love, members of the group hope that their latest release serves as a catalyst for change, not just in the country, but the entire world.
The video is a timely one when we look at what's going on around the world. We need to put a little love in our heart to show mankind that there is a God who is still faithful, who is still just. And whatever we can do, like the Bible says, to the least of these, you've done unto me.
We know that God is love, and we must be prepared to demonstrate that not only in the Bahamas, but everyone that we encounter.
It's been a long time. It's overdue. So I'm really impressed and excited about this video, that we were able to put it off, and we hope it will impress and impact the world.
As a longtime fan of the band, videographer Patrick Forbes says he jumped at the opportunity when asked to film the visuals. With an understanding of the group's values, he was excited to bring their vision to life.
Faith is a big word when it comes to him, because he believed if your heart's in the right place, your mind's in the right place, and you have faith, you can accomplish virtually anything. And I think that is the core meaning of that song when it says put a little love in your heart, and it talks about, just making the world a better place. That's ultimately where his heart lives and where I think he was coming from and his vision for this project.
Incorporating the youth in the videography, it was a fun experience for some, and they also hope to spread this message.
It was very fun being in a music video, and I liked it because I get to spend time with some of my friends.
It felt amazing. I was very happy to be there.
To put a love in your heart, to show people kindness, and respect others.
The group won numerous gospel awards over the years and has participated in many international events. The group is also planning a grand gospel concert in recognition of past top junior achievers that came up through their Operation Encouragement program. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Awesome song. Now to this program note. Due to technical difficulties, the Bahamas Tonight will not air as scheduled at 7 p.m. We are working to resolve the issues and will present the newscast as soon as we are able to correct those issues. However, we apologize for the inconvenience caused. Once again, the Bahamas Tonight will not air at 7 p.m. as scheduled, but we will bring it to you as soon as we are able to. It's now time for your Friday evening sports check with Shane Stubbs.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shane Stubbs, and welcome to Sports. We've got some updates for you in tennis, as well as the latest on Jonquil Jones and the Connecticut Sun. But first, we take a look at flag football, and our summer intern, Jalen Pinder, has this update.
The Grand Bahama Flag Football Invitational kicks off this weekend. Teams out of Freeport and Nassau are expected to compete in men's, women's, and co-ed action. League President Vincent Marshall is looking forward to an action-packed weekend.
Definitely, we're looking forward to the tournament action. You know, tournament action is completely different from regular season action or even championship action. Usually the first day we play just to get the seeding, and then once we get the seeding, then we move into the elimination part of it. It's a double elimination once the tournament starts, but you know, in order to guarantee that third game, we also have that first day, like I said, when everybody just plays for seeding.
The action kicks off July 30th to the 31st right here at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Jalen Pindo.
In tennis, Grand Bahamian Gerald Carroll making his name known at the Under-14 JITIC Regional. He and Jackson McTaggart will take down Mexico in the doubles championship. The duo will win in straight sets, 7-5 and 6-3. The pair defeated Bahamian William McCartney and his partner Alfred from the U.S. Virgin Islands in semifinals action in a thrilling 3-set match. After losing the first set 4-6, the juniors would win the following sets 6-3 and 10-4. The Under-14 JITIC event features the top juniors in the Central American and Caribbean region. Keeping with tennis, Team Bahamas taking a loss to host country, the Dominican Republic, at the Billie Jean King Cup. Grand Bahamian Sydney Clark came up short in a singles match against Kelly Wilford, losing that contest 6-0 and 6-2. She then teamed with Sierra Rogers, where they would lose in doubles action 6-2 and 6-0. Team Bahamas is now 2-1 at that tournament and will wrap up play on Saturday. And in basketball, Jonquil Jones and the Connecticut Sun clinched their spot in this year's WNBA playoffs after defeating the Seattle Storm 88-83. Jones chipped in with 9 points while grabbing 4 rebounds and dishing out 2 assists. She also had her hand in the cookie jar defensively, coming away with 3 steals. It will be the team's 6th straight appearance in the playoffs. With their latest win, the Sun improves to 20-9 and will be back in action this Sunday when they take on the Chicago Sky at 1 p.m. And that's your quick update on sports. I'm Shane Stubbs. Have a great weekend.
Don't miss the Emancipation Day sale at Park & Shop. 25% off sale this July 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th, excluding underwear and red tag items.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man. Not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have? Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
This August Monday, it's all about High Rock Seafest 2022. Fun starts at 11 a.m. Lots of entertainment, fun and games for the entire family. Plan to attend the High Rock Seafest.
It takes more than 20 years right now to get this island back on the ground.
We considered Marsh Harbor is totally gone. The Abaco people here is resilient.
So you're looking forward now to what's ahead.
Join us for 1 week as we give you an in-depth look at rebuilding Abaco, beginning August 29th through September 2nd from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Denzel Delancey, you are our Facebook friend of the day. And of course, we want to say thank you so much for your support. We also want to say a special happy birthday to Bimini's legend, Hancho Saunders, who turns 90 today. You are blessed and highly favored. Happy birthday. This programming note, once again, due to technical difficulties, the Bahamas Tonight will not air as scheduled at 7 p.m. As mentioned, our team is actively working to rectify the issue, and as soon as we are able to, we will bring that newscast to you. Once again, we apologize for any inconvenience caused. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Have a great weekend, everybody.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Super Fast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Makush Lapinder, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. 1 count of manslaughter for each victim of that Sunday seaside tragedy read aloud at the magistrate's court. The 4 men believed to be responsible for their deaths facing Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt. 39-year-old Donald Watson, 53-year-old Mackenzie Jerome, 49-year-old Eulin McKinney, and 37-year-old Wilbins Joseph were mum as the grand total of 20 charges were handed down to them. The quartet charged in connection with the fatal July 24th attempted human smuggling incident in which 17 Haitian migrants reportedly drowned at sea. The unidentified victims in those manslaughter charges listed only as bodies 1 through 17 on court dockets. An additional 18th charge also handed down for a victim identified by records as the male fetus of body number 1. Court records identifying the men allegedly at the helm of the ill-fated Bear Ambition vessel as Captains Watson and McKinney. To this end, the pair was hit with additional charges of reckless operation of a craft and failure to possess a boater's license. For these crimes, the men were not required to enter a plea. However, it was defendant number 1, Mackenzie Jerome, who denied having any involvement at all. Speaking on court record, the Kwaku Street man asserted to the chief magistrate that he was arrested at his home and not allowed the opportunity to speak to any relatives or consult an attorney. The accused further claimed that the $45,000 police seized from his home should have instead been $90,000. And the proceeds in this matter, he alleges, was from the sale of his boat and a trailer. Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt made note of his claims and made provisions for a phone call for the defendant to seek counsel. The man was subsequently denied bail and remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections. They are due back in court on October 28th at 10 a.m. for service of a voluntary bill of indictment. Well, meantime, more details surfacing surrounding Sunday's ill-fated voyage in terms of the status of those aboard the vessel, those injured, the dead, and search efforts. Two of the people involved in Sunday's deadly human smuggling attempt were in the Bahamas illegally. Others came in as visitors, some of whom overstayed, according to the woman charged with overseeing the processing of the survivors of the voyage, Director of Immigration, Keturah Ferguson.
The bitmap program, which we use to check persons in cooperation with our international partners, indicated that some of these persons used aliases. And so our records would have had them using other names previously when they came to the Bahamas. So there is some deceit that they also persisted in up to our most recent investigations. However, like you say, technology today has assisted, and hopefully this would assist our law enforcement partners in reaching more of those persons who are involved in this tragedy, and that we can prevent more of this from happening.
And based on investigations on the RBPF's end, Police Commissioner Clayton Fernandez equally convinced the incident goes much deeper than the 4 men formally charged on Friday.
It had to have been some safe houses, and then where the destination was somebody on the receiving end. So this investigations continue, it's very much alive, and as I indicated, that our U.S. partners is working closely with us.
17 people died when that 30-foot vessel capsized just off New Providence early Sunday. 3 of them were rushed to the Princess Margaret Hospital for illnesses and symptoms connected to near drowning. Public Hospitals Authority Managing Director Albinette Rose says the 3 people have since been released, the last just Thursday.
Since the message had gone out to officially identify the bodies, this morning we can report that we have 5 persons out of the deceased that have been officially identified. From that, the one male out of the 17 has been officially identified. 1 toddler that we can now say is 1 year old. That's the female. We could also say a female teenager at the age of 13, and then the other 2 adult females.
There's still the question, though, of the others who made the voyage but have not yet been found. Well, after days of searching, the Defense Force has shifted its efforts.
We have suspended our search and recovery efforts. However, all of our assets remain on routine patrol to canvass those areas, just in case, for the option that we can reactivate our full-scale search and rescue or recovery efforts if any detail is favorable to such reactivation.
Haiti's chargé d'affaires to the Bahamas, Anthony Pierre Brutus, expressed his thanks to the Bahamas government based on the way it handled the situation. Well, admittedly, out of the country when the tragedy occurred was Haiti's chargé d'affaires to the Bahamas, Anthony Pierre Brutus, yet he believes what happened early Sunday was for a reason.
This is opportunity to put the both government together, to sit together and see how that thing cannot happen together. Never happen. I don't know if you understand that. There is 17 people dying on the sea. We have to work together and see why that happened and stop that.
Brutus says his government has instructed him to handle the funeral of the 17 Haitian migrants, but their identification is needed.
Even though you see some people coming to identify the body, so I think they have to call the embassy to do that, because my government already it need the information to do the funeral audit for the older people. We need the pictures, we need I'm waiting for the report. I have to send it to Haiti. They're waiting for that.
Well, turning our attention now to a similar tragedy, Defense Force officials assisting police on the ground in Andros in the ongoing search for the third fisherman aboard aluminum vessel Molly that began experiencing engine problems late Wednesday and subsequently capsized in rough seas. A fellow fisherman rescued one of the men Thursday evening. The 44-year-old of Money Rock, South Andros, who was drifting in the area of Burnt Rock, was taken to the Mangrove Key Clinic to be treated. Police later retrieved the body of a second man from waters near Mangrove Key. The search continues for the other.
All of our assets are now involved in this search and rescue efforts. We have also engaged the citizens of the U.S. Coast Guard, who provide us with analysis and information data that we can interpret to determine the best search areas that we will target. But we are deliberately focusing our efforts with all of our aerial and naval assets, as well as our drones we're employing at this time.
Meantime, the police commissioner this morning providing an update on recent homicides, among them the shooting death of 4-year-old Kenton Seymour Jr. Wednesday evening.
I'm happy to say this morning that we have an individual who is in custody, and he is expected to be charged early next week. Investigators are still on the ground, and we are moving forward and swiftly with respect to that matter. Also, the matter at Peter Street happened just a week and a half or so. We also have an adult male in custody who is assisting with the investigation, and he too should be charged next week. And the third matter, which occurred in Pinewood Garden, where the individual who was shot by his partner. One of the individuals in that turned himself in. This is after information was put on the ground with respect to the individuals, and he turned himself in. So he is also assisting within that investigation, and it's closed.
Now, while police are making inroads in solving such matters, Commissioner Fernandez says prevention is key.
We are aggressively on the ground, working in partnership with our law enforcement partners, the Defense Force, on the ground in our communities. And as we move, and especially into this long weekend, we're going to have additional manpower on the ground, up and about in the communities. You know, the Foxhill event, the Gambe event, and then, you know, on the beaches, you're going to have a crowd out. So we will be out there in full force to ensure that the Bahamian people move freely and to be able to enjoy the holiday weekend.
Well, harboring criminals, a big no-no. That's the message Fernando keeps hammering, and this particularly considering the rash of recent shootings in the capital. Research has shown that the intended target in the majority of such incidents are on bail for serious crimes.
You may have families who are involved in the life of crime. You don't want them around you, because if they're around you, you almost become a target. All of those innocent kids just in the yard there. The individual who was the intended target is on bail for murder. So you can imagine the entire family is at risk. So he should remain behind bars, and if he's lucky enough to win his trial, then that's good. But we should move quickly to try to deal with these matters, to avoid incidents like this where individuals continue to commit crime, given bail, commit crime again, and given bail. Something is wrong with that, man.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Welcome to a world where hope is still loud, where dreams are still relevant, and determination has no substitute. Welcome to a nation where the people are still warm, resilient, and innovative. And Commonwealth Bank is at the center of it all, giving innovation and progress an extra push for more than 60 years. We're here for Bahamians because we are Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
To think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
The pandemic has been not so kind to so many people in our community. And when we think about how we fared coming off the pandemic, we're trying to find meaningful ways to continue to give back.
So with the Together platform, it allows people to be able to give back, to make small donation, whether it's $20 or whatever you can give, to be able to give and to help those people who are in need.
Bahamas is made up of 700 islands, all stretch over pristine turquoise waters. But I'm a bit partial to Cat Island. Cat Island is part of this big family of islands that we call the Bahamas. And we call it family because we might be separate and unique in our own ways, but we are family. Cat Island happens to be a part of that big family. It just so happens that's my home. That's why I live.
I grew up here. The peace of mind, you can go anywhere and you don't have to worry about nobody bothering with you. I could go on the beach and just walk the bay all day. It's so awesome. I thank God that I was born in the Bahamas, right here in Cat Island.
In Cat Island, we have settlements. We know everybody in the settlement. We care about each other, and so we look out for each other. Every island in the Bahamas has their uniqueness. Cat Island has the highest point in the Bahamas, Como Hill, which is 206 feet high. To us, that is pretty high. Our visitors come to Cat Island just to take a climb and view the beauty when you would reach the top and look around.
My happy place has always been here. This is just where I always knew I wanted to be. I want to be able to go in the sea every day. And that experience is something that I always knew I wanted to have for my kids. Cat Island is the jewel of the Bahamas.
You see the rolling hills, the sandy beaches, the private lagoons to marshes. I mean, it's God's wonderland.
Please. Wado, you want any?
Yeah, man. Boy, what that is?
Oh, that's rambutan. It hairy ate.
Miss, what you doing? Move that from me.
You scared of fruit, Wado?
No, boy. Needles. That thing look like a bunch of them.
So I guess you could be taking the vaccine then.
And leave hole in my arm? You ain't serious.
Wado, stop. That's why you ain't taking the vaccine? You won't feel nothing?
I ain't scared. I just don't like needles.
Wado, it takes seconds. Then you got better protection against a deadly virus. Ooh, cassava. So what if I go with you to get the vaccine?
Go with you? I ain't sure.
Don't worry. I ain't gonna tell Lisa I told you, hon.
I ain't on your run. Pay the people.
What? Wado. Well, if I paying for this, we going to the clinic now.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by the WHO, Canada, and U.S. Aid.
Plenty of great reasons to shop Super Value and quality supermarkets, including specials like Kraft Macaroni and Cheese, 7 ounce, 99 cents. Rainbow Corned Beef, 12 ounce, $2.39. Pork chop ends, $1.99 per pound. Sweet Peaches, $1.89 per pound. Fay Bathroom Tissue, 6-pack, $3.99. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and quality supermarkets.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Teachers on high alert for industrial action when school reopens for educators August 22nd. That call to arms made Thursday via voice note after Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson says the 7-day ultimatum given to the government to sign off on the BUT's expired industrial agreement ended.
I am saying to you today that the government has had ample notice. They've had sufficient time for us to conclude and sign off on a full agreement. So I'm asking you to get ready for action on Monday, August the 22nd, 2022, the first day of school. You will receive further information and instructions on the industrial action that we will be taking.
Now, Wilson says members voted unanimously for industrial action back in June, but the union held off due to examinations. In response to the threats of industrial action, Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Clint Watson, recently acknowledged unions' role in looking after the rights of workers, adding that the government accepts the responsibility of resolving outstanding issues. Meantime, in a voice note, Wilson says while she has been in constant contact with the government's chief negotiator, Bernard Evans, since last Thursday, they've not been able to agree on a few articles in the proposed agreement.
I'm certain that the union is following the law in this matter and is unable to agree to this article, which violates the law and also violates your rights as a teacher and as an employee in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. As for the financial package, inclusive of the salary increases, lump sum payments, and other benefits, I'm still awaiting the government's final position, although based on information received, they've been in discussions with the Ministry of Finance over the last few days up to yesterday.
After nearly a decade, Dr. Rodney Smith says farewell as president of the University of the Bahamas. His official goodbye to UB's Board of Trustees coming during a special farewell dinner Thursday at Choices Training Restaurant. Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, along with Board Chair Allison Maynard Gibson and VP of UB North, Dr. Ian Strawn, reflected on the impact Smith has made to the country.
Under his watch, Dr. Smith's watch, we were able to see the creation of legislation for the formation of the university, the infrastructural development, the governance institutions, the strategic framework, and the stabilization or rationalization of the Grand Bahama campus. He really works extremely hard to bring all of the stakeholders together and have them fully understand the importance of education as an empowerment tool. There's no secret about that.
We will miss him, but he will stand as one of the finest presidents that we've had, and certainly the first president of the University of the Bahamas.
Dr. Smith shared memories from UB. He also offered advice to his successor.
He knows what we've gone through. He knows what we've been building. So my only request that he continues to build on top of what we've already done and make it better. We've had so many successes. I think perhaps the one that most people would remember would be the front page of the local newspapers on November 11th, 2016. And one newspaper said this is a new era. And that's the day when we actually transitioned into being University of the Bahamas.
With tourism on the rebound, the government's not too concerned that a possible United States recession would impact our bread and butter industry. Here's what Economic Affairs Minister, Senator the Honorable Michael Arquetas, had to say.
What we have seen is that despite the rise in prices and things like airline tickets, travel, etc., people still continue to come. And so we're watching it. So far, it hasn't negatively impacted us, but it is a matter that we'll be keeping an eye on.
The Agriculture Minister and his team are in Jamaica for an agricultural, industrial, and food show, the oldest, largest, and most dynamic in the English-speaking Caribbean, attracting over 80,000 patrons. This is the first time the show is being held in 2 years, and features include youth in agriculture, agriculture displays, children's village, and a health and wellness village. BAIC Chairman Leroy Major sees it as an opportunity to engage with investors, while BAMC Chairman Tyrell Young sees the mission's importance to that tertiary institution. According to Agriculture Minister, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, the government is also looking to revitalize the country's poultry industry, one of the fastest growing agricultural subsectors, with an expected growth rate of 15% by 2027. Local crowdfunding hub Arawak X is set to expand into an IPO, among other moves, according to Chief Technology Officer Darcy Ramming Jr. As he explains, come Q4, a number of changes will begin under the banner of Arawak X 2.2.
And what that is a new technology architecture that will allow us to be a lot more receptive to the user experience. So you'll be seeing a 2.1 launching soon, a 2.2, and each of those are new features. So like in 2.1, people will be able to go into their phones and they'll be able to see their accounts, they'll be able to see what their investments are, as well as track transactions, et cetera. So it should be a lot more streamlined. And then also with 2.2 will be a reporting platform where issuers can better and more easily communicate with their investors.
There's more to come after this break. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals, and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Yeah, man. Boy, what that is?
Oh, that's rambutan. It hairy.
Miss, what you doing? Move that from me.
You scared of fruit waddle?
No, boy. Needles. That thing look like a bunch of them.
So I guess you could be taking the vaccine then.
And leave hole in my arm? You ain't serious.
Why don't stop? That's why you ain't taking the vaccine? You won't feel nothing?
I ain't scared. I just don't like needles.
Wado, it takes seconds. Then you got better protection against a deadly virus. Ooh, cassava. So what if I go with you to get the vaccine?
Go with you? I ain't sure.
Don't worry. I ain't gonna tell Lisa I told your hand.
I ain't on your run. Pay the people.
What? Wado. Well, if I paying for this, we going to the clinic now.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by the WHO, Canada, and USAID.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your home, so let's tidy up those finances. Sunshine Finance can help you sweep up your bills, declutter your budget, toss out your debt with a realistic consolidation plan, and plan ahead for that home or car you've always dreamed of. Contact us at apply@sunshinefinanceltd.com, and we'll have you walking on sunshine in no time. Sunshine Finance, we're your leader in private lending.
One network.
This used to be the waiting terminal for the airport. It's now gone.
We have the most experienced team covering hurricanes.
But when Hurricane Irma makes landfall here in New Providence in a few hours,
We cover the entire Bahamas before, during, and after the storm. One network covers every island rocking. We are the best because we have the best. For hurricane coverage, there's only one network. The Senators.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant here to educate you on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Here's what you don't do. Do not pull up from the pump without first checking that the nozzle has been removed from your car. Because if you pop this, that's about $600,000 to $30,000 to replace. These things ain't cheap. What you want to do is make sure that the nozzle has been removed, or just wait for the universal sign, which is the double tap.
I want y'all to picture your parents them over there watching you. You want gangbang?
It's back.
You're here because your parents decided to put you in here.
The groundbreaking reality series returns.
You never shown me before? You raise your hand at me?
Do you know it's still time to get it together?
With never before seen footage.
Come punch me then. Send you to punch him, you punch me?
This ain't no playground. You can know before you leave today. If you leave, if they find some space, I can teach you all how to disrespect.
It's a whole new season.
Don't come here with your movie face, because I ain't buying it.
Watch their transformation.
It bears to be a winner. It bears to be a winner. Teamwork. You are a unit. You moving as one.
So why you doing what you do? The Ministry of National Security and the ZNS Network presents Shark Treatment. A whole new season coming soon.
When a hurricane watch or warning is issued, medical emergency services are placed on high alert. For many persons seeking medical care, defining what an emergency is can be difficult to assess given all that is occurring during the storm. The following basic guidelines are designed to help you assess your emergency. If you are experiencing symptoms like shortness of breath, chest pain, severe pain, disorientation, extreme vomiting or diarrhea, vision disturbance or suicidal thoughts, you should seek immediate immediate medical assistance. If you are bleeding significantly or otherwise severely injured, seek emergency assistance immediately. Children presenting with symptoms like high fever and extremely listless or lethargic behavior need to be taken to the emergency room immediately. If you are unsure of the extent of your condition, you are advised to seek medical assistance immediately. Share your symptoms with the on-call doctor and get advice as to whether or not it can wait until normal business hours. Remember, emergency care is not a convenient option for basic medical care during a storm. The Public Hospitals Authority encourages members of the public to use these basic guidelines to help decide on whether something is an emergency or not. The authority reminds the public that in the case of an emergency, always call 911 or head immediately to the emergency room. This message is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Please. Wado, you want any?
Yeah, man. Boy, what that is?
Oh, that's rambutan. It hairy ate.
Miss, what you doing? Move that from me.
You scared of fruit, Wado?
No, boy. Needles. That thing look like a bunch of them.
So I guess you ain't gonna be taking the vaccine then.
And leave hole in my arm? You ain't serious.
Wado, stop. That's why you ain't taking the vaccine? You won't feel nothing?
I ain't scared. I just don't like needles.
Wado, it takes seconds. Then you got better protection against a deadly virus. Ooh, cassava. So what if I go with you to get the vaccine?
Go with you? I ain't sure.
Don't worry. I ain't gonna tell Lisa I had to hold your hand.
I ain't on your run. Pay the people.
What? Wado. Well, if I paying for this, we going to the clinic now.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by the WHO, Canada, and U.S. Aid.
...2022 is a year of positional manifestation.
My God,
I just said something. A year of positional. Now, I know you may have never heard that before. It means, my brothers and sisters, if you are positioned, you are ready for the manifestation. God is going to reveal himself in the lives of people who know their God.
Sundays at 8:30 a.m. on ZNS TV 13.
It's a part of all of our lives. ZNS TV is where we go for information, entertainment, and enjoyment. ZNS is there with something for everyone. ZNS TV, a part of our lives for 40 years.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sports Friday. I'm Charles Fisher with so many regattas happening this weekend. I choose to come to Rollville. Cat Island is also going on across the waters. There is Black Point and there is also Auckland. We'll be checking in with Amajal Knowles in a few. But let's bring in Maureen Musgrove in here. She's the chairman of the onshore activities. We're on this beautiful beach and things are looking pretty good here. No sailing today. They will begin sailing on Saturday with the ocean race from Baritari right here to Rollville. Things are really looking good this year.
Yes, it is, Fisher. We want to give God thanks for just allowing us to be back here after 2 years of the pandemic. We are grateful for everything that God has done for us this year. So we here in Rollville, making sure that all our plans are in place for the rest of the week. As you know, last night was our gospel night. We had a large crowd out here on the ground. We had a lot of folks who came in early just to get into Rollville this year. And today, which is Friday. We kick off today with our opening ceremony today. But first, we're going to have our float parade, which starts from the Georgetown International Airport at 5 o'clock today, heading into Rollville. And then we go right into our opening ceremony tonight.
Now, the official opening ceremony is set for 8 o'clock this evening. What's ahead for Saturday?
On Saturday, we have Class C sailing and Class E sailing, first time Class E in beautiful Rollville, Exuma. And we're excited to have our youngsters sail this year in Rollville. So we are grateful to have the young ones who we are training in Rollville this year to be on the waters.
And if you were looking for a place to come this weekend, come on down to Rollville. We're still inviting people to come on down, right?
Yes, we are. You can come. If you fly or swim here, you can get into Rollville. Now, the only thing is, I don't know about Bahamas here, but all the flights are booked out. But if you do some charters, you can get into Rollville.
Now, once again, here in Rollville, the opening ceremony is set for later on this evening at 8 o'clock. And then tomorrow, it is the ocean race. The regatta will wrap up on Monday.
Total Sports.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
When you wanna save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you wanna look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
The Ministry of Health wishes to advise members of the public that prevention is key during this flu season. Practicing good cough hygiene can make the difference between you and your loved ones getting the flu or spreading the influenza virus. Good cough hygiene habits include covering your mouth and nose with a tissue when coughing or sneezing, and proper disposal of the tissue in a trash bin. Coughing or sneezing into your upper sleeve near your inner elbow and not your hands when a tissue is not available. Avoiding the use of handkerchiefs and towels as they hold germs, becoming a nest for the virus. And frequently washing your hands with soap and water, which is listed as one of the most important steps you can take to avoid getting sick and passing the virus on to others. If you have any questions about how to practice good cough hygiene to avoid catching or spreading the flu, contact your nearest community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
It's a joy, to help someone who is in need,
I'm proud to know that we are able to accommodate them with a hot meal, fresh meal, and a well-balanced meal.
A lot of our clients, as you know, is in the inner city and persons who really and truly have so much of a loss their job. And for whatever reason, 2 months, 3 months, they really don't have anything.
You have to have some kind of kindness to do this.
Before we send you out in the world, we must make sure that your mission is intact.
Yes, Mom!
Agent 1, what is a touch? Physical contact, Mom. Agent 2, what is a good touch? Touches that make you feel alright, Mom. Such as? A high five, a handshake, even a kiss, Mom. Good. Now, Agent 3, what is a bad touch? Touches that make you feel not so good, Mom. Like a slap, a kick, a pinch. And most important, if someone touches your private part. And what do we do when someone gives us a bad touch?
You tell a trusted adult, Mom.
For help, Mom. Tell them, don't do that, Mom. Agent, I see that you understand. Now it's your mission to spread this information. Just remember what good touches are. Okay. And bad sectors are not okay. So Adrian, go spread the word. Yes.
When a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, it is extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor items like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers to the coldest settings, opening only when absolutely necessary and closing quickly. Purchase ice and store it in an ice chest. Keep drinking water in clean jugs and bottles. Clean your bathtub with bleach and fill it with water for washing and flushing, not for drinking, making sure to keep the bathroom door closed so that small children cannot access the filled tub. Do not go out to videotape or take photos of the storm. Take pictures from inside where it is safe and dry. There is no harm in being overly cautious where a hurricane is concerned. It is truly better to be safe than sorry. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
One of the things with Ill Ability's mission is to empower individuals to live life with limitless possibilities through positive interactions within communities worldwide.
There are many people around the world, able-bodied and differently able, who have doubts, who lack confidence, who aren't sure what they want to do with their lives, or don't think that they can do what they would like to do, what they dream of doing. And we try to show them that if you have a dream and you stop making excuses for yourself as to why you cannot or should not pursue your dream or your passion, then there are no limits to what you can achieve.
Like when someone sees my dance, I want them to see that message that no matter what obstacles they're faced with, they can always find a way to do it their own way.
We considered my shoppers totally gone.
The Abaco people here is resilient.
So you're looking forward now to what's ahead.
Join us for 1 week as we give you an in-depth look at rebuilding Abaco, beginning August 29th through September 2nd from 2 to 4 p.m., only on the ZNS Network.
Hey, long time no see. You hear me?
Long time no see.
Boiled fish, stewed fish, stew conch. I love it all.
Tourists come here to take our tours, experience our sun, sand, and sea, and they also spend money around town.
I used to see a bunch of hogfish around here, but nowadays, I hardly see any.
You protect one area, the fish do their thing, make a bunch of babies, that spread all over the sea. What's the problem?
If we protect certain parts of our sea, it keeps all parts working right.
I was against that phrase, but knowing what I know now, I totally agree having marine protected areas.
I support marine protected areas.
We support marine protected areas.
Look for Bahamas Protected on Facebook.
Sign the petition. Sign the petition.
Awesomely, this is a beautiful experience. I can't lie. This is my first time doing this sort of charity work, and I mean, it feels good to help out, you know? There's a can drive coming up, and other initiatives are part of the Giving a Helping Hand campaign, and I encourage anyone that's willing to lend their support in any way, shape, or form to come through and give of your time.
One of the biggest challenges I face as a teen mother is support throughout the community. Instead of the community trying to uplift teen mothers, they insist on bringing us down and trying to tear down our self-esteem. Becoming a teen mother helped me to realize that I need to be more responsible. It helps me to focus on my decisions because I need not to decide for myself anymore. I have to make decisions for me and my daughter. In my opinion, seeking health services was excellent for me. Honestly, my biggest support, other than the nurses, was my Grammy. The advice that I give to other teens out there is to stay focused on your education. Stay focused on your self-goals. Set goals for yourself.
I'm here at the Dixon Hill Lighthouse in San Salvador to let you know that marine protected areas make dollars and cents. A well-designed and managed network of protected areas can generate income for nearby communities. From MPA managers to lodges to eco-tours, there is money to be made.
Healthy marine ecosystems help to protect our islands from climate change and other impacts that we cannot control. Healthy coral reefs help to break down big waves, and mangroves absorb storm surge and help to protect our coastline.
Older and larger fish tend to carry more and healthier eggs than younger fish. Fish replenishment areas will allow fish to grow bigger and ensure that we have more fish now and in the future.
In our replenishment area, fish are free to grow and reproduce. As their populations increase, more fish will spill over into other areas where fishermen can increase their catch and their income.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island, and you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
See the future with Bahamas Protected.
5 years ago, I was diagnosed with diabetes. I was devastated. I was afraid of losing my sight or losing my legs. I was scared. But then I visited my doctor, and I control my diabetes by taking my blood sugar test every morning with a simple prick of the finger. I exercise for half an hour each day, mostly in the evenings. I make sure to eat a balanced meal, including fruits and vegetables, limiting processed foods like chips and fast foods like French fries. I keep up with my checkup appointments with my doctor every 3 to 6 months. Don't let your diabetes control your life. Know your numbers. Regain control.
This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and the Healthy Bahamas Coalition.
The ZNS community page now has its own home on Channel 230. Be sure to tune into this channel to see informative notices, funeral announcements, birthday greetings, and much, much more. So watch the ZNS community channel today on Cable 230.
Hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver, which is the organ responsible for filtering toxins from the body, producing bile for digestion, and producing proteins and clotting factors. The most important cause of hepatitis worldwide is viruses, of which there are 5 main types: A, B, C, D, and E. Hepatitis B and C are major health challenges globally, affecting over 300 million persons worldwide. The suspicion of hepatitis may be a challenge, as there are typically no symptoms. However, if infected, non-specific symptoms may include decreased appetite, nausea, vague abdominal discomfort, jaundice or yellow eyes, and abnormal liver function tests. If not treated, hepatitis of any type can lead to cirrhosis and liver cancer, which leads to over 1 million deaths worldwide. If you suspect you may have been exposed to the virus that causes hepatitis, talk to your doctor today and get tested.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority in conjunction with the Medical Association of the Bahamas and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low fiber, high fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal of getting in at least 30 minutes each day. If you've been inactive, start slowly and gradually build up to 30 minutes. Also, talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Maintain a healthy weight. If you're at a healthy weight, maintain it by combining a well-balanced diet with daily exercise. If you need to lose weight, ask your doctor about healthy ways to achieve your goal. Colon cancer screening can also help to prevent colon cancer or lead to its early detection when treatment is most effective. If you're 45 years or older, speak to your doctor about having a colonoscopy or some form of colon cancer screening that may be appropriate for you. I'm Dr. Eugene Marcus Cooper. Pay attention to your health. Get the facts and discuss colon cancer with your physician today.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey, what's that?
What y'all getting?
Listen, I've been waiting to wash down some lobster, yeah?
Hi, I'm Matthew. I will be you guys waiter today. Can I take your order?
Oh, I've been jonesing for some grouper dread.
Y'all see this?
See, this ain't gonna work.
Where the fish gone, though?
But how, though?
Don't leave our children with no fish in their future. Protect our sea. Protect our way of life. Protect the Bahamas. To learn how you can help, find us on Facebook at Bahamas Protected. See the future.
Ordinary People is back with a new season. Join us on the ZNS Network.
Everybody drugs the most. Not New York's bestsellers, the hood bestseller.
I like that. Coming soon.
People are only going to say yes or no. And if they say no, keep on trying until you get a yes.
Ordinary People.
Please. Wado, you want any?
Yeah, man. Boy, what that is?
Oh, that's rambutan. It hairy.
Miss, what you doing? Move that from me.
You scared of fruit, Wado?
No, boy. Needles. That thing look like a bunch of them.
So I guess you ain't gonna be taking the vaccine then.
I leave hole in my arm? You ain't serious.
Wado, stop. That's why you ain't taking the vaccine? You won't feel nothing?
I ain't scared. I just don't like needles.
Wado, it takes seconds. Then you got better protection against a deadly virus. Ooh, cassava. So what if I go with you to get the vaccine?
Go with you? I ain't sure.
Don't worry. I ain't gonna tell Lisa I told you, huh?
I ain't on your run. Pay the people.
What? Wado. Well, if I paying for this, we going to the clinic now.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by the WHO, Canada, and USAID.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we have just a few clouds floating around this evening with a temperature of 88 degrees, relative humidity 61%, east-southeast winds at 13 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,019.0 millibars, that's 30.11 inches, and the pressure is rising. Temperatures around the Family Violence this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 89 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Green Tool Key, Abaco, Marsh Harbor at 87 degrees. The Berry Islands, 89, 87 in Alistown, Bimini. Harbor Island, 89 degrees. Rock, Sunny, Lutra, 85, 88 in Black Point, Exuma, and Kemps Bay, South Andros, while Fresh Creek and Central Andros, they have a temperature there of 86 degrees. 88 in Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key. Georgetown, Exuma, 86. 85 in Ragged Island, Clarence Town, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, McWarner, 87. Acklands, 87. Matthew Town, Inagua, 86. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the Northwestern Islands, easterly winds 12 to 18 knots. The speeds, they're going to be around 12 to 18 knots with the wave heights 3 to 6 feet. Now, your high tide, that will take place at 9:24 tonight. In the central and southeastern islands, easterly winds still at 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet. So we're holding that caution flag for the central and southeastern islands tonight. And then tomorrow, which is Saturday through Sunday, the winds will fall off in the northwestern islands, becoming easterly at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights, they will subside 2 to 4 feet. High tide, 9:41 in the morning, with a low tide at 3:42 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands through Sunday, a slight reduction in the winds easterly at 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights, they will drop off 3 to 6 feet, with the caution flags remaining in place. Then that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
I'm in a poor state, yet I stay on guard. I protect their yard, they hardly feed me. Sometimes I'm so thirsty, they say I ain't got no pedigree. They don't love me, they only know me when they need me. They don't love me, they only know me when they need me.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But it's time now to check out the tropics, and we still have that Sahara dust, and those upper-level winds remain strong, continuing to keep a lid on development in the tropics. No activity expected, at least over the next 5 days. Our satellite pictures showing a mid to upper-level trough low-pressure system spinning over central Cuba, and you have some outer bands from that wrapping around the Bahamas, and that could trigger 1 or 2 passing showers during the course of tonight. Tonight, we're going in for patchy clouds with a passing shower or 2 possible, with a low temperature of 79 degrees. And tomorrow, we're looking at sunny, breezy, and a bit pleasant, 87 degrees for your high temperature. The extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. Saturday looking pretty good. Sunday, an isolated afternoon shower possible. Things dry out again on Monday, and the early part of next week is also looking pretty good weather-wise. Makishla?
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching, and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.